Hi, I'm Anne. I graduated last year from university with first class honors and Dean's List in all years studied. I majored in engineering and had aced all my classes in physics in university. Now, you might be thinking that she probably just had the brain for physics, but here in this video, I would like to tell you that this is not the case. I dreaded physics so much when I was in secondary school. It was a painful process for me to do physics homework because I knew I couldn't do anything on the paper, and that was such a painful process. But here I am, acing all my classes in physics. I want to tell you that you can do the same by having the right methodology and system for your physics study. So in today's video, I would like to share with you the 3 essential steps in building your physics studying system. Number 1, make handwritten notes on your slides. I recommend using handwritten notes instead of digital form of typing your notes in your laptop because handwriting is more flexible for writing formulas, drawing diagrams for physics or math, which would be very similar in this case. You can either do it digitally on your slides on your tablet, or you can print them out and just write your notes beside the slides. I personally find writing my notes by my hand more conducive for my learning because I absorb information much faster when I write them. And it gives me a concrete sense of how much content I need to absorb for this piece of knowledge, and I can better estimate the time I need for this piece. Second step, grab a white paper and write down all the key knowledge points. I recommend doing this after a few lectures or before your quizzes or final exams. If you're wondering how this looks like, let me share with you one example that I had when I was studying for this Physics 1101, which was a year 1 course on physics. So here, I organize my content by lectures and the categories inside the lecture. What I will do is, after each topic, I will write down everything I need to know about the topic. For example, for propulsion, I just need to know this formula, and then I had a little note for myself to explain what this is. For example, for work done, these are all the things that I need to do, that I need to know for work done for the coming exam. I also just circled the minus sign to remind myself that you cannot forget the minus sign here. So you can make a little note for yourself everywhere. I was writing something in Chinese because I use both languages when I think, but you can use any language that you're familiar with. The reason why I really like writing all the key contents on a white piece of paper and having it to yourself is because it's a very good process to review and synthesize the knowledge. In this way, knowledge will start to systematically be stored in your brain, and you would be able to start to draw connections between what was taught in the first lecture and was taught in the second lecture or the third lecture. So you start to have this systematic database of physics in your mind. Second, it gives you a stronger memory of all the knowledge that you need to memorize for the common exam. For one, it's because it's handwritten by you, it naturally sticks in your brain longer. Second, the compartmentalization of knowledge on this piece of paper would also stick in your brain. So in your exam, you would be able to recall that, work done, it was at this section of the piece of paper. What did I write? I think there were 2 formulas and they're potentially relevant for this coming exam. Just to show you that how I've been doing this throughout my uni life, I have this whole binder of notes and lecture notes and the notes that I've taken myself. Some of them are printed with the lecture slides and my notes. Some of them are handwritten notes that I wrote for myself to synthesize the knowledge that I need to know for my exams. So yeah. Thirdly, active recall. If you haven't heard of active recall is forcing your brain to retrieve information actively rather than passively reviewing information. In this case, passively reviewing the notes that you have just synthesized. Here, I would like to encourage you to get another white piece of paper and start writing down the topics that will be touched on in the exam, and force yourself to write down everything you know about the topic. For example, for work done, force your brain, jot down anything that you remember about work done. all the formulas, all the things that you remind yourself that you cannot forget. And then compare all you have written under this topic with your original sheet to see if you have captured everything that you are supposed to know for this topic. If there is something that's missing, memorize that, write that down. The next time when you repeat your active recall exercise, you want to make sure that you capture it this time. So the science behind that is active recall strengthens the neural pathway associated with that knowledge, making it easier for you to recall later on. In this case, later on during your exams. If you find today's content helpful, please comment down below. Let me know which part you find the most helpful, and like the video and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.